Hello. This is hopefully live and you can hopefully hear us. It's the Brodio. Drew's not here today. He defrosted a caveman and is introducing him to 90s American society in a jovial and wacky way, or at least that's what he told me. But instead of Drew, I have with me Rick Walteri and first timer on the Brodio, John Hartness. Say hello, guys.
Hey,
Hello, guys.
I guess standing on each
I
other's
am,
shoulders were almost one Drew.
yeah, no kidding. I think if I stretched my hair straight up, I'm as tall as Drew.
That's true. And there's actually a reason we have John on today. It's not just random, just because John is our Magic the Gathering specialist. Specialist, the right word? I mean,
Nerd.
I've played like 3 games of this now, so I assume that I'm an expert and I know all there is to know. I've been through the
Yeah, pretty
tutorial.
much.
I assume I'm a
I've
grandmaster.
played Magic off and on since 1994.
Holy shit.
And by off and on, I mean I played a lot in college, and then I took a few years off, and then I played a lot right about, I guess, 90. No, I guess I played from about 94 to about 2000, and then I took almost 15 years off.
That's a long break to take. Was there some sort of
Yeah,
Magic the Gathering related injury involved or
yeah, it's called poverty.
a wallet injury?
I was broke as shit and I sold all my cards. And then I was at a convention and Brandon Sanderson asked if I wanted to play in a Magic the Gathering tournament he was hosting. And I said, dude, I haven't played Magic in forever. And he said, oh, it's fine. It's the same as you remember. And so I showed up and all of the rules had changed. And I had no idea what was going on. And I lost to Brandon in the finals of the tournament. And since then, we don't want to discuss the amount of money I've spent on Magic, but I currently have something like 15 to 20,000 Magic cards in my office.
Holy shit. That's a lot of magic cards.
It is.
Perhaps too much magic
Oh, and
for one mere mortal.
that's not counting the sealed product that I have on the shelf.
Seal, but that sounds
Sealed,
ominous.
yeah, I know. Sealed product sounds like something like I'm gonna cut open with a knife and then rubbing the back of my rubbing the back of my teeth.
It's like that glowing
Nah, I
suitcase
just
from Pulp Fiction.
That's much more like it is, yeah. I mean, one of the running jokes about among Magic players is you want to teach your kids to play Magic because then you don't have to worry about them doing drugs because they won't have any fucking money to buy drugs with.
They'll have a much more financially crippling habit.
Yes, but I was going to say there have been far fewer people get in tragic car accidents because of Magic, and then I remembered driving to a tournament through a blizzard in a Volkswagen, and I thought that's probably not true.
I'm gonna sit down with my kids and be like, do cocaine. It's cooler than magic.
Still these grizzled cops out there. Another Magic the Gathering related crime slash murder.
Yup.
Now, luckily, I don't have to remortgage my house to start playing this because we're playing the online version,
Right.
which should technically work. It's not a particularly great interface for PCs. I'm trying to challenge you online at the minute. It's giving me a stop sign, so I'm going to drop that challenge. It does come.
Well, I'll try.
Aha,
I'll try and challenge you.
okay, accepted. Now I've got to select my
All
deck.
right, I will select a deck.
I've got some basic decks. I'm going to go for the Goblins
That's
Everywhere one because that is a cool name.
all right. I also only have basic decks right now because I haven't played in months. So you're going to play an all red deck. I will play the Aerial Domination
Oh,
deck, which is
sounds
all
intimidating.
blue and makes me think of
You just
Steve and Ball Gags.
Okay, well,
And
see
since
why you
I
picked
had
it.
that mental image, everybody has to have that mental image.
That's what they tune in for. Now, I have played. The good thing about this online version is, despite that I haven't had to sell a kidney to get the cards, is it does hold your hand through it. So I kind of know how to play, but it gives me hints on what I can and can't do each round. I get the impression if I was learning to play this manually, it would take a lot longer to sort of know what I'm talking about.
Yes, it
Seems like
does.
it might have a much steeper learning curve in real life.
It does. Usually, what you do is you'll get together with somebody that you want to teach to play, and you'll spend 2 to 3 hours playing with your hands face up, and you'll talk them through the actions.
Just take them out to a cabin in the woods. So no one leaves until you know how to play Magic the Gathering.
Just remember, in 2 hours, you could be seriously fucked up on drugs.
But you're playing Magic, so you don't have any drug money.
Oh. Well, the first thing I get to do is I either keep 7 cards or mulligan, which means I get to change the cards but only have 6. I'm still not good enough at this to know what is a good card and what isn't, so I'm just going to keep what I've got.
Basically, for now, if your opening hand has 3 land or more, just keep it and you'll be fine.
Oh, I wish you'd said that before I'd pressed that button. Oh well.
I was trying to.
The land aspect of this, for those in the audience, not me, I'm practically an expert now. You have to play the kind of land to give you mana to summon creatures and attacks, etc. Is that a
Right.
general gist? Or have I
The whole
hopelessly
premise
that?
of the game is that you're 2 wizards trying to beat the shit out of each other. And you summon creatures to do it because you're a fucking wizard, so you're a giant pansy.
All these
And
barbarians
you can't
walking
actually
past.
beat anyone up.
Just hit the gym, nerds. Don't summon a
Yeah,
nest robber. That's what I'm gonna do.
okay.
I got this tiny egg-stealing dinosaur.
Who can, because he has haste, can smack me right now.
Take that,
And
lion.
normally he would not be able to do that.
Smack. Yeah, you got
Ouch.
to kind of wait a turn,
Quit.
haven't you?
Yeah, usually, because teleportation makes people vomit, usually creatures like the Warden of Evos Isle that I'm summoning, it can't do anything. I don't know if it shows it on your screen, but on my screen it's showing up with like a black smoke on it.
Mm.
And that tells me that the creature has summoning sickness.
It can
Maybe I
still
should
block.
just
Sorry, go on.
Yes,
turn
it
on
can
YouTube so I
block.
can actually watch what the fuck you guys are doing.
Oh, I'm supposed to be streaming this on my Discord. Yeah, that would make sense, Rick. Sorry. So
But
you
no, this blank screen is super interesting.
you know what? I'm going to John, could you stream yours on Discord, please, so Rick can actually?
No, I have the YouTube up, so
All right, you'll be
it's
a
all
little
good.
bit behind us then. So
I mean,
we'll
I
try not to
can,
spoil
I
it
just
for you.
don't really know how.
Well, it's not that important. This is not a
Okay.
fast-paced game, particularly not when I'm playing. All right, so your guy's basically helpless at the minute, and I have this thing I can employ now that deals shock damage to 2 damage to any target, so I can basically blow your guy up while he's still puking.
And that would actually be the reason that's really good is that dude made all of my other dudes cost less to cast.
Oh,
So
well, I didn't know that. I
not
just wanted to
only
blow
do
some.
I not have a creature now, but you fucked me on other creatures that I want to cast. So that was really good,
I'm gonna
asshole.
throw this prehistoric chicken at you again. Pacha! Take that.
I'm going to say, ow, goddammit, cut that shit out. So I'm going to stick a giant octopus in the way of your prehistoric chicken.
That's a solid and logical move. So from the
And
Octoprofit.
the Octoprofit, when it comes into play, I get to look at the top 2 cards of my deck and either put those cards on top of the deck in whatever order I like, or I can put one or both of them on the bottom of my deck. And I think both those cards suck ass, so I moved them both to the bottom of my deck.
Octopus, Jesus. Right.
Yeah, come at me.
I don't have anything that can outslap
Signage.
your octopus, but I do have something that can just stand in its way. Which
Yeah.
I guess is useful. Yeah.
Yeah, blocking is good.
Whatever defends me from getting an octopus to the face. That's all I'm really interested in.
I mean, your guy can't block things that can fly,
Ah,
so...
there is that.
And now I have the option to attack, but since you've got a guy that can just sit there, I'm not going to bother. It doesn't do me any good.
Fair enough. I'm going to play Raid Bombardment, which allows me to just shoot fireballs at you for no good reason.
Yeah. That's,
I was doing the color challenge there, and the guy who had that just kept utterly kicking my ass.
yeah, that card's pretty fucking good.
Now that activates when I attack, but I can't make a successful attack. But I can attack with this useless lump of rock guy. And even though he won't do anything,
Yep.
he shouldn't die, and it should launch a fireball at your face. That's my theory. Boom.
Now, here's the hole in the theory. Since this guy deals currently 0 damage, but it takes 4 damage to kill him, he can't kill any of my guys.
Hmm.
But I can put both of my guys in the way, and they will each deal 3 damage to your guy.
Oh no, my rock.
And that will be a bad day for a little rock guy.
Oh. Well, I didn't mean to throw his life away so casually, but it's done now.
And he just ate an octopus to the face.
Not a great way to go. But you don't pick the goblin deck if you care about your minions, I assume.
That's yeah, that's pretty deep
That's what goblins are for.
there.
Oh, right. No, sorry.
And now I'm going to cast a spell that lets me draw cards. And I'll just be done.
Suddenly my single battlefield chicken doesn't seem quite sufficient. I need to lay something
Well, you
down.
finally got a 4th land, so now you can summon help for your war chicken.
But everything else is goblins, and goblins just aren't particularly great. I've got a goblin gang leader, but you know, he's a goblin gang leader. It's not.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's
Yeah.
what being in a gang of 10-year-olds and being led by an 11-year-old.
But he comes with 2 free 10-year-olds, so.
That you can just throw at my face and your bombardment will hit me.
These people can get in the way, at least, I suppose. I don't think this is the basic approach to Dark Lording. Just throw some fucking goblins at them. See what happens. Worked for David
I think
Bowie.
you're probably right. It feels like, this is where we really need Drew, because he's got that whole book series about minions. But, yeah.
I'm gonna try and
That's a lot of fucking goblins now.
just gonna zap that guy because he's looking a bit too hard.
So, here's... Oh, this is gonna sting.
Strategy. Oh, I think that gets.
Cocksucker.
I think that probably kills all my goblins as well. But oh no, you've been
Well, you see,
tactical.
I didn't want to throw away my genie.
Mm. Yeah.
So that's gonna actually make this a lot closer.
Mermaid. Oh, that's just ridiculous.
Oops, I should have cast that before combat.
Oh.
My dudes would have been bigger.
Right, I've got some goblins. And that's all I've got really. I thought I had enough mana to cast another card, but I do not. So this is not looking good. I don't think I can do.
No, you're fucked.
Deal. Yeah.
I mean, you. Well,
I guess I'll see if I can defend. But no, you guys fly, don't they? Goblins don't fly. I picked a bad creature to get by.
Goblins go to sleep.
Yeah. Non-winged goblins.
-10. Insta-kill.
So the only two errors that I saw that you made was keeping a hand without enough land.
Yes.
And on that last
the
turn,
literal first decision I made, you mean?
If you had attacked with all 4 creatures, I only had 2 blockers, so you would have gotten me down to 1. But I mean, when you got screwed on land, you were screwed.
Okay.
Wait, John's like, you would have gotten me down to 1, which is almost a win.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick, do you want a turn?
Sure.
Okay. Well, I'll see if it
actually
works. I'll challenge you. Unfortunately, John, we can't do winner stays on because I'm the guy that's streaming. So if we did do winner stays on, nobody would be able to see it.
I'm okay with watching and heckling.
Okay, yeah. You can give us some sideline advice, which I may ignore if I think my move will be funnier.
Let's see here.
Right.
Let's take that deck, because that seems to be the normal way that I play video games, which is, rush in heedless of anything defense based.
Did you go for the Goblin Pack also?
No, I went with Large and in Charge.
Large and in Charge. I'm going to go for Cold-Blooded Killers because it sounds cool, and I want people to think I am cool.
I have not played Large and in Charge, but I did play Cold-Blooded Killers yesterday, and it's a pretty good deck.
Well, I went through the tutorial on it, so I assume I'm an expert. Right, I got 4 lands. That's a good hand. Plenty of land. And some things that I actually recognize and remember. That's a good start. So I'm going to keep them. Right. Let's see what you got, Rick. I'm not familiar with. Is that the green deck you're talking about?
Yes,
I had a foresty one.
God, the delay is killing me. Because I'm hearing you talk about all of these things, and now I'm like, oh, yes, you have 4 land.
I do. Seems like a fairly obvious start. Put the land card down.
Yep.
And that's all I can do. You just wait to be punched in the face by your jungle goblin.
Take this from my.
Just basically.
No, I think I got like just creepy elves here.
Looks like a goblin at a rave.
I think that's a merfolk.
Well, now I feel bad. Uh, Malika Coldblade. He sounds cool, but he's actually really weak. Does have some bonuses though. Do I block and die? No. Just take the beating. I got a small vampire gang going on here. Let's have some Lost Boys style action. Something else we do on this, John, when I remember to do it, is talk about whatever upcoming projects we're working on or have recently released. You got anything you want to talk about?
You know, I do. And actually, you know I do because you asked me before we started. But yes,
I know, I'm trying
I
to
have a
make
new
it seem-
Bubba the Monster Hunter book out that came out last week. It's called Houses of the Holy, and it kicks off the Bubba the Monster Hunter crossover with Quincy Harker Demon Hunter that my fans have been asking for a while.
Ah,
That Baloth thing that Rick played that's big.
ah.
I feel like that should worry you.
And if I
Yeah.
knew what I was doing, it probably would.
Well, this guy
Well,
can...
you've got a 1/1, a 2/2, and a 3/3.
I got a
And
skeleton archer, and he can apparently do 1 damage to any target, which means I can get rid of this funky mergoblin dude.
Oh, not my elf. You son of a bitch.
I feel good about that now. But I'm still not in a great position. I'm gonna have to... I should attack at some point, really, but I'm not going to. I'm a coward.
not yet, you shouldn't. You don't have any good attacks.
Hmm. So,
I mean, it got better.
I mean, that's very recently released, isn't it? You only just mentioned that on the last podcast we did, I believe.
Yeah, that came out last Thursday. So it's been out less than a week. And sales have been really strong. It was actually the best launch of any bubble book we've ever had. So
Oh, cool.
that was kind of awesome.
I think you might be in the same situation as Rick then, because he's had a recent release, but he's not resting on his laurels. I assume you're not either. Do you have any?
I mean, I'm not turning out anywhere near the word count that Rick has been.
Well, here's the thing. On this podcast, you can just say, I'm working on a mystery project and leave it at that. I've been working on several mystery projects. Each as tantalizing as the last in their mystery.
And whenever you figure out what the fuck they are, you'll reveal the mystery, right?
Well, maybe.
Actually, I think I can mention one of my mystery projects because the reason we've been kind of keeping this a secret is because I was being pissy and I didn't like the name of it. But I finally realized, I'm like, nah, the name's fine.
Well,
So it's a project called it's called Sins of the Past, and it is a Bill of the Dead False Icons crossover. We just finished the 3rd draft, so we're going to be looking to do some beta testing on it, and the plan is to actually primarily bring this to audio.
nice. I like that title.
It's all right. It's a good title. No Canage à Toi. I mean, that's a title. That's possibly one of my
What?
favorite titles. Carnage. I can't even say it now.
Carnage à Toi.
Carnage
That's
à
going to be
Toi.
that's the 3rd Bill of the Dead novel.
Jeez.
Eh,
Too much shingles, bro.
well, just enough.
And I'm currently also running an Indiegogo for the pre-order for 3 different Bubba the Monster Hunter audiobooks that have been produced. I'm just collecting money early because I'm a greedy shit.
The tantalizing glimpses behind the behind the curtain of the indie author business acumen. That's what people tune in for.
That's right. It does also save people a little money because if they pre-order them directly from me, they're going to be cheaper than buying them through Audible or any of the other places that they can buy audiobooks.
Oh, that's good then. It's not all about ruthless capitalism. Just a lot
Most
of
of it is, though.
Yeah.
The vast majority is ruthless capitalism.
I think I've
Just
turned it.
remember, folks,
Sorry.
if you want to keep watching us play Magic the Gathering badly, buy our shit.
Hey, I've turned
Yeah.
this game around. I'll have you know. My Savage Gorges, apparently. About I absolutely remembered this and consider it in my strategy. They get a +1 at the beginning of your end step if an opponent lost a life this turn. So when you lost your other dudes, these guys were just gorging, apparently, as vampires are wont to do. So
That's about the time the game decided to just say, we're just going to do nothing but give you land cards.
Welcome to Magic the Gathering.
Okay, well, not a lot I can do.
There have been collectible card game variants that have come out that tried to get rid of the concept of mana screw by making people get a land every turn or 2 land every turn or just infinite mana. But nah, you need an option to get screwed by the random number generator somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm enjoying this game. I'm enjoying just repeatedly punching you with vampires while you just stand there and do.
Yeah, to keep saying, hey, here's a spell, but you can only use it if you have a card on the field.
This would be
So basically, just standing here and being punched in the mouth by Steve repeatedly.
Don't worry, I don't think it's going to be going for all that much longer.
Did I miss an attack there? Or?
Yes, you did.
Oh.
But that's okay. It once again gave me
Oh.
another magic card that I can only use if I have cards on the field. So
There you go. I just built that into my strategy again. I am strategic as balls today. Speaking of balls,
And being on a 20-second delay, I'm watching it thinking, why is the game not over?
why would you give me a bonus?
because I can't do anything else.
just end it quickly. Yeah, have my gorilla. Fair enough. I'll take it.
Just do a mercy kill.
I'm gonna just make this guy as strong as possible for no reason. And then attack. And that should destroy you.
Your vampire.
Smack. Not quite -10 John destruction, but a victory nevertheless. And all you had to do was not do anything for 6 rounds.
I could have caught up on my sleep there.
Not a great hand on your end there. All right, John. Let's do this.
All right.
We've got a question from the Discord, which we also like to do on the Brodio. From Distraction. What format do you think would best serve a visual adaptation of your works? Like live action, fake or realistic CGI, anime, episodic, standalone movie?
I don't know.
You can't
Actually,
say
that's bullshit.
You can't say
do.
whoever's giving me the money.
Oh, okay. Well, if I can't be honest, episodic television.
Yeah, I mean, having read your stuff, your Harker stuff, I mean, that really lends itself well to kind of live action TV, I would have thought.
Yeah, and Bubba's the same way. Bubba was actually written to be just that. It's written like a TV series. I will keep those 7 because that's a good starting hand. Now, I picked a different deck because since I've played longer, I have the option to play multicolored decks. So I'm going to play a blue and black deck and probably be able to show you guys many different versions of getting screwed on mana.
Okay. And I will be able to
Because-
demonstrate to everybody my usual level of incompetence. Really, we should be screaming
Because it-
your hand.
In Steve's first game, we looked at what mana screw looks like because he didn't have enough mana. And then in Steve's second game, we saw what mana flood looks like because that's all that Rick got was flooded on mana. Well, now I expect to get color screwed.
I'm glad Bevan's
That-
not
that-
here.
I was going to say that sounds like it should be a Pornhub category.
That's not something I want
I'm pretty
Bevan
sure it is.
on a live stream for. Okay, well, hopefully we get a Goldilocks situation this time, where there is neither too much nor too little mana, and I can actually play a game. With
I was saying Goldilocks situation also sounds like a Pornhub channel.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like the premise of pornography. Although really everything sounds like the
Yeah.
premise of pornography.
yeah, that's true.
I don't like this whole you having a flyer thing.
She's got wings. It's fair play. I've got this guy who's just shouting at people, and that's his special move. He just shouts people until they get stronger. He's like the opposite of Silas Kane. I don't like the look of whatever John just played. That looks awful.
So that's a mechanic called mutate, where I can take non-human creatures, so monsters, and make them more monstery. And then I can use those to bash you in the face.
Uh-oh. You're throwing a lot of strange creatures at me here, John.
Yeah, I am. And they're getting bigger and they're knocking the piss out of you.
Mm-hmm. That looks about right. I can't block anything. I'm just going to have to take the beating.
Ooh, I forgot that I got to draw a card whenever that thing smacked you. Yay.
This guy, he's got a stick. Hooray.
Huh. That guy's pretty good.
I
It
still
works
got
well
the
with the deck.
Just wait and see what other kind of deep sea creature you throw at me.
Nah, this time I'm going to throw... Well, this does look kind of like a lobster. Like a devil lobster thing.
You see, I would much rather face a guy with a sword than somebody who's just throwing a seafood buffet at me. Like a live seafood buffet. I don't know
Yeah.
how to psychologically deal with that.
Yeah, so somebody with a sword, they're dangerous. But somebody like who's coming at you with like a handful of live lobsters, they have no fucks to give.
Yeah, so my demon lobster, whenever it mutates, you have to sacrifice a creature. So
Aw. That doesn't
But
seem
you get to pick which one of your creatures to sacrifice. And then I get to punch you in the teeth again.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to survive long this round. Alright, goodbye, Angel. It was fun.
That was definitely the smarter choice, though, because the other two cards work really well together.
Dub, dub, dub. Pacifism. Should neutralize your horrible beastie for a little while.
That
Still not really
Yeah, so that's a problem.
still not really in a position where I can attack, which is irritating. Just to sit here and wait for your thing to defrost and eat me. Did you answer the visual medium question, Rick?
No.
Just not gonna.
I mean, I could just for like budget purposes, just because all the shit I have it. I mean, I could see if somebody wanted to do Bill as like an R-rated cartoon. I think that could be fun. But other than that, I mean, I would definitely say, you know, big budget HBO series.
Yeah, that works.
And the good thing is it wouldn't. I don't think it would cost the studio too much because most of the budget stuff wouldn't come in until like, you know, second or third season. So they could like, you know, see, okay, do people dig this or they hate it, not spend a lot of money because like, you know, fake fangs and blood are cheap. And then it's like if it's a runaway hit, then they start throwing all the money at it and me.
Yeah, sound strategy. I would be really annoying and pretentious and do a heavy metal style rotoscope animation of Far Into the Dark.
Ooh.
And no one would ever see it, and it wouldn't make any money, but I'd be happy. And isn't that what counts? No, that's terrible.
The Dead would make a fun movie.
Yeah, well, Shoot the Dead was originally written as a movie, and that was a 90-page screenplay. I was originally going to try and make that on what I thought was a paltry budget of £80,000, but nobody would give me £80,000 because I don't know. The
Pussies.
world's not a fair place.
You need better friends.
Better,
Or richer
more
friends.
generous. Yeah. I need some friends with some magic cards they can cash in.
I was actually just chatting online with a friend of mine who's planning on selling off a big chunk of his magic collection to pay off his car. He bought the car last year.
Yeah, but you know, what does he value more? A car or having magic cards?
Cardboard?
I imagine it's kind of one of those things where when you're playing, those cards are the most important thing in your life. And when you get out of it, you're looking at going, why do I have shoe boxes upon shoe boxes of these things in my fucking closet?
I'm just putting off the inevitable here, and I'm not even particularly doing that very well.
Actually, I mean, I agree that you're putting off the inevitable, but I think you're doing it pretty well.
Oh, that's reassuring. Thank you. I mean, it's not reassuring. It's a nice thing to say.
I also got to think that people thinking about selling their cards, they're like, you know, they're like, you know, they're looking back to the whole Beanie Baby thing, and they're like, maybe I should get out of this while this is still worth money, as opposed to, like, you know, who knows what'll happen 10 years from now? It's like, hey, want to buy all my magic cards? Sure, that's about $3 worth of paper there.
Oh, that would be disappointing. I don't think I've landed a single hit on John this round.
I've almost doubled my starting life totals, so no.
I miss Rick just standing there and letting me punch him in the face. That was a much more pleasing round.
For one of us.
Well, I have to block this guy.
Now,
I will die.
okay. The suggestion I was going to make is this would be a good time for you to double block.
Ah, yeah, I forgot
Because
I
my
could
guy's
do
only
that.
dealing a total of 5 damage. So he could have only killed one of your guys.
That's true. I did not think of that at all. I'm going to at least
That's
try and get
big.
a hit in before I die. Hooray!
You're just hoping that I will be at not double my starting life total when I kill you.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that what we're getting
I
at?
think you.
pretty much.
Well, fail.
Quite a spectacular loss there.
Hey, it was better than last time. You're only at -6 this time.
But you were at plus 22, so
I'm still an asshole.
yeah. Chat points out that John is having too much fun kicking Steve's ass here. I should imagine he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have tuned into the Brodio before. You know what my strategic and competence levels are. By which I mean they're excellent, and John should be very proud of himself. Right, Rick, you up for another try?
Sure. I
Right.
haven't been
Well-
punched in the face enough today.
It's also worth mentioning that I'm a decidedly mediocre Magic player. So
Oh well,
beating the shit out of somebody a couple of times does wonders for my ego.
all right. You got some support in the Facebook chat, Rick. Come on, don't let people down. Don't just stand there this time. I'm gonna go.
I wasn't doing it on purpose.
I'm gonna go for my goblin.
Now, like most people who play this game for any length of time, I also buy and sell collections of other people's Magic cards because,
Well-
you know, you've always got to have a side hustle.
Fair. You heard him. Chat. If you want some seedy back alley Magic the Gathering deals. I assume that all Magic the Gathering deals are seedy back alley Magic the Gathering deals. It just
Yeah,
kind of vibe I get.
100%.
Right, I'm going to take John's advice from the last time this happened to me and mulligan.
Yes.
What do I get rid of?
Especially given the fact that you have a huge fucking creature.
Toop, 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 toop. Target creature gets... get rid of that one. Done. All right, ready to rock. Got some goblins to throw. That's pretty much all I have in mind. Huh. Mark in the chat asks, John, what's harder, poker or Magic the Gathering? You being our resident poker expert as well.
They're actually very similar, which explains why there are multiple people who have jumped back and forth between the two. John Finkel and Eric Froelich have been world champion poker and Magic players, as has David Williams and a few others. Poker, you can lose more at poker, and you are more likely to get shot by someone by being an asshole while playing poker. But Magic may actually be a more complex game. So, but they are very similar in the sense that you're playing against a person. It's a game of incomplete information. You're trying to beat the shit out of somebody. There are fewer firearms in Magic than there are in poker.
There are more fireballs.
Yes. I have never felt any concern that law enforcement was going to kick down the door of a place where I was playing Magic.
Given how expensive you said some decks get, I'd be more concerned about the mob breaking down the door. If they ever catch wind of what potentially easy money it is to deprive nerds of their ridiculously expensive cardboard, you guys are in for some trying times.
You're not wrong.
They'll be like,
But yeah, I have played poker in some places where the police did come busting in. Not while I was there, but living in a place where gambling is illegal.
Do poker players carry emergency Magic the Gathering decks just in case the police do show up? Then they can just pull the whole nobody here but us nerds thing.
Not any of the ones that not when I was playing in any underground games.
That
That's
sounds
not
like
to say it doesn't happen.
that sounds like a
but-
plausible deniability reply to me, John. I won't press you on it. Rick, how are you feeling about this game so far? Have you changed your mind yet? You weren't overly enamored with the tutorial experience or with me punching you in the face repeatedly while you had your hands held behind your back by wizards, or however this works.
No, not really. I mean,
Oh, I'm going to have to block here. Or am I?
Right now, Rick's in a pretty commanding
He is, yeah.
lead as far as the board state goes.
I don't know where. I'm sure they'll start giving me like nothing but land cards, so I can just stand there and be punched in the face.
Okay. Oh, another chicken. Hooray. I'm unstoppable. I can use this goblin tunneler to modify one of my chickens. So he essentially tunnels under your dudes. Sneaky. There you go. Sneaky goblin. And that's it. That's the end of my strategy.
So, my sideline coaching will be to mention that new players almost all make the same error. They don't attack enough with their best creatures. So if, for example, you have a big fucking cat that makes more little cats every time he attacks, you should be sure that you're going to attack with the big fucking cat every turn. Just like that.
I would have assumed.
Remember, of course, that I'm on a delay.
I didn't even realize they would do that.
I thought that was just a joke card that the universe was giving to Rick, just to fuck with him. Like, here's a warrior,
No.
here's a lion with a sword, and here's this cat.
Yeah. That's the best card on the battlefield right now.
I do not understand this game. I think I'm about to die anyway. Yeah, you got enough. Meow.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, I had one good card, and I did not have enough magic to play it.
That's okay. I was
Yeah,
waiting for one good card because I had a pacifism card for it.
It would be good if we could get you guys to play each other, but unfortunately I have not factored that into the streaming experience, so people would just be able to hear me talking about your game.
I'm okay with not having John just completely steamroll me.
Well, I'm not. I want him to do it again. Hopefully
Alright.
it'll be an educational experience for our viewers. Maybe me. Okay, right, I'll select
Well, then, let's see what kind of deck we want to play this time.
I'm going to go my cold-blooded killers again. Because
I'm going to play a blue-red, probably what's called a Spell Slinger deck, which is going to be focused on slinging a lot of spells.
John's getting fancy here.
yeah, I'm not into the whole mixing decks yet. I've just got the. I did not realize that's a thing you could do, but I suppose that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the more you play, the more different colors
Now,
you will want to
in a
utilize.
in a mixed deck, is there any particular difference between the different lands? Like if I was playing a blue-red, would it behoove me more to have blue lands or red lands?
Depends on the cards in your hand.
All right, now we're getting
What
complicated.
usually happens is if I'm playing a blue-red deck, I'll get all blue land and all red cards
Okay.
because that's the hatred that the world has.
I mean, that's the only explanation I'll accept for that.
So different colored lands don't work with different color cards.
Correct.
Some
Each,
racist shit right there.
yeah. Each type of land produces a specific type of mana, which goes with the color symbol.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to get slapped by a skeleton.
Damn right you are. And
That's fine.
That can't be a pleasant experience, but probably not a fatal one.
I mean,
Unpleasant at best. Johnny Ringo in the chat says, send them to the Shadow Realm. I don't know what that means.
I don't think I do either.
I think he's talking about a different game there. Summon Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Pokemon. Pikachu, I choose you to fight the vampire? I don't know. I'm new to all of this. That might be a perfectly valid move. I don't know. Apparently, Rachel in the chat, R.E. Carr, was once interrupted by the cops while playing Magic. That's all she says. She doesn't get into the details.
That's got to be code.
You can probably use
For
Magic
real.
cards for cutting cocaine. I don't know. Simon Strauss says, believe in the heart of the cards. What are you guys talking about? Somebody just called
Can you
me.
imagine
That's Magic nerd talk.
cop come knocks in your car window. What are you doing there? We're playing Magic the Gathering. Goddamn! Can't you just be fucking or something?
Can't you just do drugs like normal kids?
Attack time. If somebody in the chat has just called me, Michaela has just called me an uneducated heathen. I assume that's because I don't understand what the fuck anyone is talking about.
Oh, I thought it was just a general statement.
Well, yeah, it's true as a general statement as well. I am a heathen and my education does leave a lot to be desired.
Here, have a chicken to the face.
It's a strong move. Eternal First. That sounds cool. Sounds like my teenage years. I can't really attack that. Not without losing my dudes. You've got Scry, so that means you can see like the next card in your deck before it's handed to you.
Yeah, you get scry. It'll be scry and a number. So if you scry 1, you look at the top card of your deck. If it's scry 2, you look at the top 2, and then you decide whether they go on top or bottom and in any order.
Another skeleton. Ooh.
God damn it. That guy's irritating because he's really hard to get rid of.
Yeah, but he's not very
We all know
powerful.
people like him.
Yeah, he's just essentially a bad party guest.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. I don't have enough skeletons to throw at you. I'm going to hang back a bit. Come on, give me some big dudes. Chat says they feel called out by the card. I assume they mean the skeleton. Don't be a skeleton, chat. Be a swamp card? No. Be a soul hunter Akasha. Whatever the heck that is. Boom.
Fuck. Oh. That, ow.
No.
Ow.
Alright, okay. Now.
That was big.
I'm going to make these skeletons do something. Go, skeletons. Do something. Man, that was
Well, now I feel like I should do something.
I just want to go sit in a graveyard, in an actual graveyard, and just yell at whenever people walk past. Come on, skeletons, do something.
Do something. You useless layabout. Oh, right. A blue and red weird creature token.
And since I had the spell Double Vision already out, it doubled up the spell that made weird tokens. So,
well, I don't like the look at them at all. Alright, what have I got? Do I have anything useful?
you have a 5/5 creature
This
that
guy.
can't block it. God damn it.
Yeah.
That guy's good too.
Well, you can fly. What did you just do?
Okay. That helps.
Come on, vampire, get in the fight. Do something. Do something, minions. Ah, feel like a Saturday morning cartoon villain. It's a great feeling, I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, somebody should attack.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good move. It's the move I'm making.
It is not the worst move that you could make.
Waiting for the next move where John's like, that was the worst move you could make.
Cleared anything off the board here? No, not really. It's a bit futile. Well, at least I can get this skeleton back. Skeleton. Oh man, you blew up my vampire and created a black hole.
Yeah, killing the vampire was pretty important to me.
Yeah, I can see why. Why is there a black hole near my card? Is that supposed to be there?
That is your exile place, your exile hole. Because some colors, black in particular, can very easily get cards back from the graveyard, which is where the dead cards go. But it's harder to get cards back from exile, where they're removed from the game entirely. So that's why you have a black hole.
Right, I'm going to get rid of your dinosaur. It doesn't suit the rest of your creatures. Well, at least I'm going to try. Doesn't seem to want to let me do it.
Well, that's because I had a response.
Ah. This is requiring me to think a lot more than I hoped it would.
Yeah, you're going to get rid of my dinosaur, but I'm going to make 2 flying sharks.
Well, if I'd known that was the deal, I would have stuck with a dinosaur. I mean, he's not even one of the intimidating dinosaurs. He's that beaky one. Exile hole, rah, says Rachel. Calm down, Rachel. Unbelievable. Lowering the tone.
It is unbelievable. It's hard to believe that our tone could go any lower.
It can always go lower.
Yeah.
We did a mimic this past weekend with Joseph, and yeah, he definitely learned that we could always go lower.
I think he forgets in between games that the main game is actually as good as we get. We're much worse usually.
That's true. In the Patreon only stuff, the when Drew's not around. Yeah.
Am I disconnected or?
Well, I just assumed you were thinking long and hard about whatever move you're going to make. But it looks like it has disconnected, which isn't too much of a bad thing because we are at the end of the stream. So I will just happily take my draw there.
The universe knew. God, I never even got to make my fucking sharks.
Just on the brink of a total annihilation there. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Brodia. That was fun. I don't know if I'm going to go sell my car and buy magic cards, but I might.
You've
Rick?
made worse decisions in your
Yeah.
life.
It's the thrill of the bad decision. That's what makes a very, very poor gambler. Rick, what do you reckon? Do you think you'll pick this up again, or have you had enough of this bullshit?
You know, I am kind of like seeing the appeal of this as like a time waster. You know, picking this up. Maybe like I don't know if they have a phone app for this, but I could maybe see myself downloading that just to like let the automated games kick my ass every once in a while.
Yeah, I think I might be fiddling with this online version. It's quite compelling and addictive.
Yeah. Welcome to the addiction. You're all fucked now.
It starts with like, yeah, this is fun. I can throw some goblins at people. And then you're living in a trash can with only your Magic the Gathering cards for warmth.
Yeah, then you're sitting there with 15,000 pieces of cardboard behind you on a table. And you're having people mail you their entire collections and you buy and resell them.
Well, I assume that's the future now for me and everyone else who watched this stream. So sorry about that. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.